Did they stand on business, or are they still avoiding the real questions? This is Rain said that, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
So today we're going to be talking about episode 26 and how Austin and Amaya came for Austin. And it was definitely necessary because he has been talking a lot of smack behind their back.
Taylor stands on business by telling Alondria, how many times I gotta tell you that I'm going to pick Clark? And I would like to say thank you to Ace, because one thing he's going to do is send out that negative energy, because it's not all his. It's a lot of these people on the villa that is scared to say things.
Now, let's start at the beginning of the episode as to why standing on business is important. Because Shelly is avoiding the truth about Huda and Ace. Is the fact that Shelly is coming to a realization that none of the guys actually like her for real on the island, okay? They just like the ideal of her. But honestly, they don't really want her. So everybody is basically writing down their true feelings, even though they see each other every day in their face, and they lie and they smile and they chuckle. And you know, this is Love Island. We're all a family. But behind the scenes, there's a lot more goes on than what we know. So let's get straight into the video. So one islander asked Austin why is he still here, because he does never put any effort with anybody. So everyone was pretty shocked with their mouth hung out, but it's honestly a great question, because he went from Shelly crying about being to a love triangle, but Amaya was willing to give him a whole relationship, and he went running and crying to Jeremiah, saying that she is crazy and he doesn't know if he can handle her emotions. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, the reason that Austin is still on Love Island is because he is not a threat. They sent home Jeremiah and kept Austin because he really doesn't have a chance to win the $100,000, because he's not in a real couple.
To be honest, the only person that's probably in a real couple at this point is Clark and Taylor. So I'm glad that that question was asked. Now, who exactly does Sierra think that she is? She's been closed out for 5 minutes, and now she thinks that she is the first lady of the villa.
You're literally what Shelly is to Ace to Nick. Now it's Amaya's turn, and she's excited to read the mail, but the first person that sends her some mail is Chris. You know, Chris has been taking, little shots at Amaya, in a cutesy way. I feel like that he does find Amaya attractive. He did send, Elon over there to talk to Amaya because he finds her very beautiful. So, Huda, you may want to, blink twice, because I do feel like that Amaya and Chris can actually be a good couple, because he's emotionally available, he's very patient, and he's very caring.
Now, I am glad that someone asked, why is Amaya crying every 5 seconds on national television? It does become a lot, and I can definitely see how other people can get overwhelmed because she has no emotional control. So it's kind of heavy for people that shouldn't really have to carry your emotions. So the criticism that Ace is giving her is not, to hurt her. He's actually trying to help her and actually trying to teach her how to protect herself, because it's just too much sometimes for you, putting your emotions on other people. This is all that Ace is trying to say, that you need to get a better grip on your emotions. There's nothing wrong with you crying all the time, but it comes to look like it's being weaponized against someone, because she can cry at like a drop of a dime. I even seen her, use her tears for sympathy with Zach A. So not every time that, Amaya is crying is not for the good reason that you guys think. She uses those tears to her advantage. Now, Zake is just, a follower at this point because he was trying to eat but got ate up.
So when Amaya actually told him that if he had an issue, why didn't he bring this up in private when they had a face-to-face conversation? And he had nothing to say. So Amaya said, well, shut up talking to me.
I already told you guys that Zake did not like her in the first place. He just liked that she was willing to chase after him. Now here comes Pepe want to be crying about the whole Hannah situation because, Grayson hasn't gave it up in the couple days that he's used to getting it from Hannah. Hannah gave it up in 2 days. So this is the real reason why Pepe is upset. But my thing is this, if you were so concerned about Hannah, if you were so sad that Hannah went home, why are you still on the island? If you felt as though Hannah was your perfect match, you would have left with her the same day that she got eliminated. No, he's just mad that Grayson is not trying to put out. He literally telling everybody around the villa that they have no spark. And then he literally shuts down Adrena, but Adrena is actually who he really wants.
So yeah, the facade that he's putting on is crazy. Now, one thing about Ace is that he's ready to argue. Okay, did y'all see the way that he was walking towards that mailbox? I was literally crying, laughing. Now, Amaya asked him a question and he did answer it, to the best of his abilities. But at the same time, when it came to the question that Austin asked him about the whole Jeremiah situation, he kind of loses it a bit, by reading the note. This is why he was asking for clarification. You knew exactly what Austin meant when what he was trying to say, but he was too scared to say because, Austin is scared of direct confrontation. He's scared of arguments. So, Ace is dirty for kicking out Jeremiah because Jeremiah was his biggest competition, but that is seemingly backfiring now because we all can see that
him and Shelly is not really solid as, they are pretending to be. So him asking Adrena, did Jeremiah come on strong? Well, she came on strong to him as well. And then he tried to deflect so much that he got Amaya upset and had him arguing with Austin because Austin never told her to her face that she was a crazy bitch. That's basically, what he implied. And then he also called Austin a bitch.
And everything just took a left turn because one thing Mojo Jojo is going to do is deflect from himself and have other people, fighting. Okay, this is what Ace does. But yeah, it is his fault about Jeremiah. He know exactly that he was the one that wanted Jeremiah out of here. And now that's backfiring because Shelly brought his biggest competition, which is now Chris. And now Chris has a chance to win that money. And Ace is going to be probably not voted, to win the money because him and Shelly is not a good match because the way he was kissing Huda tells us everything that we needed to know.
But from the last episode that I posted, I've been telling you guys that Ace wants Huda real bad. And honestly, if he would just couple up with Huda from the jump, they could have won the money. But Huda don't like Ace. Okay, she likes taller men.
Now, Shelly is just in her feelings. She is delusional. She's in denial and she's insecure. Okay. Everybody was, voting like, oh, they love Shelly. But no, Shelly is controlling. She wants to control their relationship. And Ace is not going to let you have it. When have you ever seen Mojo Jojo compromise with the Powerpuff Girls? No, Mojo Jojo is going to fight about it. And this is exactly what is going on. And Shelly's trying to act like that she doesn't understand. Like, no, you've been in love triangle with Austin. You brought another love triangle because you really want Sierra. Sierra likes Shelly too. Nick don't really want Sierra, but he doesn't have anybody else. There was no one in Baltimore that was willing to give him a chance, and he was so desperate that he ended up kissing Alondria, trying to go off of Alondria because he likes to feel wanted.
Let's be clear. If Nick and Sierra make it out the villa, he's going to cheat on her as soon as those DMs start coming in. So let's be clear, they are in a fake couple. Okay, so I don't really understand why everybody's trying to call out Chris and Huda, because they actually do have a good emotional connection, even though I feel like Huda is going to destroy it. But you know what? At this time being, he is focusing his 100% on Huda, because Shelly is still crying about the kiss between Ace and Huda. Like, if you wanted Chris so bad, Shelly, then why are you so bothered about the whole Ace thing? Because Ace is the person that you really want, but you want Chris to be there just in case it don't work out. Like, she's always searching for a backup plan.
And the whole situation with Huda is that Huda literally had to swallow her pride and apologize to Shelly about taking it too far in the challenge with Kiss and Ace, which she didn't do anything wrong. So it doesn't really make any sense why she wants Huda to kiss her behind. You know, she wants to keep Huda in check in order to feel good about herself, which I feel as though that is not a good basis on a friendship. Even Ace is looking like, why is Huda even apologizing to you? Like, he now sees Shelly for who she is, and he got his calculation wrong in the first place. Like, he knew what type of girl that she was, and now it's backfiring because she got the apology and now she's still mad. And you see how her girlfriend Sierra reaches out her hands to Shelly because Shelly doesn't want an apology from Huda. She just never liked Huda in the first place.
So now it's Huda's turn to receive her mail, and you know everybody's coming for her. But you know the fakest person that really came for her, which was Nick. Nick was like, you was supposed to have been gone. Well, Nick, you was supposed to have been gone way after Bella, but Sierra has been saving you time after time again. And when Adrena came as well, you was so interested in Adrena, but Adrena wasn't even worried about you. So let's be clear, Nick, you were supposed to have been gone as well. You are not loyal as well. So for you to try to be calling out Huda and all her misfortunes, you can have those same fingers pointed back at you, because you have been doing worse things, taking up for Ace to take out Jeremiah out the villa. So like I said, who is he think that he is? Like I said, people be coupled up for 5 seconds and close out their connection and swear that they have been doing things right ever since. So no, everybody coming from Huda is because Huda is the easy target, because again, she has been crashing out everybody. People been trying to gaslight her the whole time and trying to make her minimize her feelings to be liked. And I'm glad that she is taking a stand up for herself,
because they already don't like you in the first place. So what's the point? And Iris is mad because she's boring, and that Huda told all of America that Jeremiah doesn't even like her. Like, nobody likes Iris but TJ. Like, the only reason why TJ likes you now is because he was next with Vanna, that looks like the crypt keeper. So yeah, he's gonna go back to you. He was just with the crypt keeper, and you thought that you ate by sleeping with him and giving him some dry and soul ties. Okay, girl, you got it.
Now, you know, Shelly is like, oh, well, you over here trying to be Chris, but she told you in Cosmo that she also liked Chris as well. And if you really wanted Chris, like, you should have kept him. You would never gave him away like that. And so for Alondria to be blasting her business, talking about, oh, well, you kissed Chris in the speakeasy. This is why you don't tell girls your business, especially the girls that are secretly jealous of you and hateful and envious, because they're going to put your business on Front Street, and now you're going to be looking crazy. And what's the problem with her kissing Chris? Like, I don't even understand why Sierra is getting mad, because she can kiss somebody that she like. Like, the whole situation that they're trying to control this girl and tell her who she can kiss, who she can like, all because they want her to do what they want her to do, is crazy.
And I'm glad that Huda is sticking up for herself. Alondria, you don't even have nobody that like you. Sierra, you literally want to be with Shelly. Like, stop it. Like, all y'all are being real fake. And now that she got her connection, because Huda actually has a chance to win the $100,000, this is why they're acting like this. Because Chris and Huda could win. Even though it's supposed to have been Jeremiah and Huda. Then it's supposed to have been Jeremiah and Adrena, but now Huda took her spot back and they're mad. And they're mad that Chris is actually defending Huda.
He's like, I do F with Huda. I do like Huda. Shelly basically picked Ace, and now that situation is backfiring on her, and Shelly wants to jump back in the boat with Chris, and he's not having it. He says he's going to stick with Huda. They've been kissing, they've been bonding, they've been crying, and Shelly is jealous because she doesn't have no connection on the villa, but with her girlfriend Sierra, and they just need to couple up.
This is why they're mad, because Chris and Huda can win now. They can win over Nick and Sierra. They can win over Ace and Shelly. And now the other competitor now is Taylor and Clark.
Because at first I'm just like, okay, why is Taylor sold Alondria? I'm thinking that he's being deceptive because Ace did talk him into, being with Alondria, but he was trying his best to find a connection with her. And I feel like he got to know her for 3 weeks and he just don't like you. Like, is that hard to fathom? Like, he was with you for 3 weeks and he didn't feel that lovey-dovey feeling. He's been telling us that he don't really feel that romantic connection with you, but he has been trying. And yeah, Clark came in for 3 days and now he feeling that romantic sparkle because you wasn't giving him that feeling that she gives him. It's so obvious.
And now you want to now express yourself, telling everybody that you have been holding all this in, you've been mad. Well, that's on you. You should have stayed with Jalen. You chose to be with Taylor. Like, you chose that over and over again. He didn't ask you to, you did. So you mad that he left you to drown and threw you in the trash because he actually has a connection that he likes? Like he said, you want him to do what you want him to do. And he's in a villa for himself, not for Alondria, not to fake a connection. He's been doing his best trying to, he was faking it, I'm not gonna lie, he was faking that connection with Alondria basically. And now he found what he's looking for and he threw you in the trash for Clark.
Simple, easy. How many times does this man have to tell you that he don't want you? He brought the girl back. He picked her in front of America. And then you ask him again, like he's supposed to feel bad for picking who he like. He don't like you. He decided that he don't want to be fake like everybody else. And, Ace was the person that was manipulating him, and now he wants to speak for himself. So I'm glad for him because Ace was controlling his friend, but now he said he'd make his own decisions from now on.
So what did you guys think of this episode? Comment down below and I will see you guys in the next video.